Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Puka GT. I'm Clark. Hope you're having a nice Sunday evening. Just get a little caffeinated before we get going here. So, we're here on Sunday. It is the last day at Yas Marina in Daily Race B. It's been a week. So I started this week in the low C rank and I set myself this lofty goal of, you know what, I'm going to push really hard. I'm going to take a bunch of lessons that I've taken on recently from Digits Masterclass, from some of Luke Nadaro's kind of coaching videos on YouTube, and I'm going to push for B rank for the first time. So I went right in, got myself a good time trial lap at the start of the week, I think late Monday evening, and Tuesday I was all gumption, all going in, yeah, we're going to do this. And almost immediately dropped down to D rank. So that left me feeling a little deflated, but I crawled back out of D rank after about 3 or 4 races, got a few firsts, a few seconds, and went into C rank with a bit of a renewed energy about it. Now, it was a bit of a slow grind, but I started to consistently convert my pole positions into top 5s, a couple of wins, and before I knew it, I was starting to climb up again and get more consistent around the track. And after a long grind at it on Friday, mostly in this rapid balance of trying to increase my DR, then my SR would go down. Then I get my SR back up, but I'd lose my driver rank a bit again, until eventually got both in the right place and made it up to B rank, closed the game, haven't opened it since. So this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be racing in a B lobby for the first time. I've no idea what to expect standard wise, only that it will be better than what I have now, but I still think it's better to jump in now at the end of the week while it's at a course that I know I had a solid qualifying time, and I know the course inside out at this point. So better that, I think, than jumping in tomorrow with a brand new set of daily races, new standard of driving, and just getting demoted immediately. So what I'm hoping here, just simple goal for today, stay in B rank, get as many top 8s here as I possibly can, and hope for the best. Now, I've been following Luke Nadaro's videos, that is. I will link it in the comments down below, highly recommend. But he has 4 kind of like key tenets for competing well in the different lobbies, and for B rank in particular, it's don't engage groups of cars, it's don't get flustered essentially whenever you get kind of knocked or punted or make a mistake, because it tends to lead to more mistakes that can ruin your race. Make friends instead of enemies, so you know, don't go for any low percentage moves that take someone out and then they're angry at you and they get revenge on you. Try work with other players, try give people bump drafts, and just try stay behind them if you don't have the pace. So I'm going to take some of those lessons into today, see if I can apply them. More than anything else, try not to get flustered or intimidated by the new rank, and yeah, just hope I survive. So that's enough of me yammering on. Go into our main view here. Now we will start today, I think, with just a couple of warm-up laps. I haven't played since Friday evening, so just want to kind of make sure my pace is still there first before I dive in. And yeah, then we'll go for our first race. So I'll probably spend about 20 minutes on this here. Okay, so we'll be about 22 minutes at it then. I will join the daily race B at 8:10 Irish time. And we'll just go into qualifying time trial for the moment. Now, what I'm looking for here is to get a bunch of laps kind of between 206 and 207. If I'm doing that, I'll be happy enough. Outside of that, I'll have some work to do. So we'll see how we get on. Any of you who've watched before, I am sure you have become desensitized to all the coughing and sniffling I've been doing into the mic during the week. Fortunately, not out of the woods yet. It's probably the most stubborn head cold I've ever had, so apologies in advance. Or maybe there's some ASMR element to it, I don't know. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, so we'll just start a little slowly here, just stick with our line, see how we get on. Wide there, into 5th, drift, throttle down. Now if we're under 27.5 here, we're doing okay. Ugh, that's a bit slow. Okay, good half a second to a second to be gained there on that first sector. And that turn into the straight wasn't the most promising either, so I'd say we're probably cruising towards a 208 here. Cruising towards a 210 here. Ooh, really wide there. It's one of my favorite corners, that one. Not used to messing it up that badly. Oh, didn't come in soon enough there. And this is why we do the warm-up laps. Okay, so we're starting here on the back foot. It's about 10 kilometers an hour slower than I needed to be coming in. Still quite a bit off in that corner as well. Be a bit more aggressive there, I think. Yeah, a little more back on track, but I want to be shaving a good second off that now, so we'll see how we do. Interesting. Thought I handled that a little better, but I'm after losing about a tenth or two there. Okay, into the 206s. Nice. That's what we're aiming for. A bit too wide. It's going to cost me a bit. Even it out here if I can improve on this corner. Still not quite happy with it yet. Yeah, too wide. Faster out though. Okay. Kind of balances out, as you can see. Maybe a little late on the brakes there. Not to worry, I think I can gain a tenth back here. I'm cute about it. Ah, that wall touch. Still though. No, I'm gonna lose it. There we go. I had to lift there. I'd lost the rear. Yeah, time to be gained there. Lift a little earlier, brake a little earlier. Maybe a little too early. Well, it's fairly consistently in the 207s. I'd like to be consistently in the 206s, so we'll see what we can improve on here. I think this is the turn where I can have the most amount of gains. Haven't got it quite right yet today. I really need to be rolling around that inner curb. Same again. Did lose a bit of time on this first corner though. So yeah, it's giving us about 2/10 there. No, a bit too tight there. It's gonna cost us, probably even it out a bit. Right, this is our big area for improvement here. No, still too wide. Really just have to slow the car right down there. Way more than I'm doing anyway. But you know, this is still an okay starting point for the evening. May not be as quick as I want, but at least there's a bit of consistency there. Okay, I found a good bit of time here. Let's just steady the course home. Lift, brake. Nice, close to a record time there, only about a 10th or 2 off it. We still have a lot of time to find on that first hairpin corner. What I'm going to do though now, I'm going to just adjust this mic because my arm keeps bumping into it. Let's see, is that any better? Yeah, that's better. And we'll join into the lobby now as well. Oh. So let's see, where am I on the B rank? So as you can see there, just a tiny little sliver of B rank they afford you when you first go up. Now I know the band of DR points in the B rank is a lot more than in the C rank, so maybe this equates to a similar amount that you get in the C rank, but it's scary looking. Looks like 2 losses here, and I could find myself back down in C. And we wouldn't want that now, would we? Great start. Way too wide. Felt semi-decent. Killed a bit too much speed there. Okay, nice. Lost a good bit of time in that corner. Not sure why. Might need a bit of trail braking there. Just the car isn't rotating around for me to reach that curb. It's tricky because I found when I try to trail brake I end up carrying too much speed in as well. Yeah, you hit that curve, you lose time. Look at that. 2 tenths, 3 tenths. Four tenths. Been saying it all week. That corner is crucial. Again, a bit too much speed there. scrubbing the tires. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Was I in? Was I in? Nah. Oh. What happened there? Oh. Wasn't watching the timer at all. Oof, 11th. Wasn't expecting that. I'm still hoping I might be in top 8 with my quality time. This bodes badly. That is some step up from C rank. I was on pole position 9 out of 10 races last week with that time. And here I am in 11th. The same advice I talked about at the start of the stream from Luke Nadaro. A lot of it more applies to daily race C with the longer lap times and the pit stops, just because you have more time to bide, but it only really applies to daily race B, about kind of taking your time a bit more and not engaging groups when you're more qualifying near the top of the grid. So might need to be a little more aggressive than I'd normally want to be, but we'll see. I've no idea what to expect here. First ever race in daily race B. Oh, sorry, not daily race B, lobby B. First race in the B lobby. Here we go. Oh, I haven't started this far back before. It's an awkward spot to start in. Gotten away with that for now. Both of those crucial corners did not go the way I wanted. Did concede about half a second to Chris Fight behind me. Shifted down to 1 there for a bit of extra rotation, but that also means that I'm slowing down a bit too much. Some penalties being served up ahead. Oof. Some bickering happening there. He's gone wide. Don't have room. Had to come off the throttle there to avoid crashing into the back of Gato Volador. First overtake. Now, what's he going to do to me here? This has me concerned. He's very, very close to me. He's lost a few positions. Am I going to get punted? I played that extra safe. Went on the outside. Let him go comfortably in. Gave him room. Wasn't worth ruining my entire race over. Oh, got a position for free there. Oh no, I probably got a track limit penalty for that. He did anyway. Now, if I stay close to him just for this lap, and then catch him when he serves that penalty, that will suit me to the ground. Got a little bit of breathing room behind us as well. Full second gap there. And I've definitely got more pace than him. Will I get it done here? I think so. Soundy's letting me through. After going into that way too wide. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, that was going so well. Flew too close to the sun. Okay, easy. So need to practice Luke's tips on not getting flustered here after a self-imposed race ruining mistake. Alright, let's try take the inside here, see how we do. The yellow flag ahead. The man there behind us was catching us, but looks like he had a penalty to serve. So lucky for us, we escaped that one for the moment. Going into this turn wide was what did me in last time. So let's actually just stick to the racing line this time and try catch them on the straight. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't expect you to brake that hard. Oof. Tightly packed going into the tightest corner. Don't like this. Don't like this one itty bit. Sorry, was that a bit of contact on me? Sorry, Frosty. Oh. Purposely slowed down there. That was my fault for going into the back of him. I will let the other chap have that as well. Okay. I have to say, that was a lot of fun. That was probably the most fun race I've had all week. Tons of action. I felt like my pace for the most part was actually decent. If it wasn't for that self-imposed error halfway through, I think I had a relatively good chance of coming in the top 8 there. Didn't feel quite as out of place in that lobby as I thought I might do. Like at several points in that race, I was catching the person in front of me. I had, I think, about 2 or 3 overtakes. So yeah, very, very happy with that. Just need to not get as flustered, pay more attention to penalties and just race incidents. I kind of went into the back of a few lads there, assuming that they'd probably brake at the same point I did, but were braking a little earlier, causing me to rear end them. So need to be careful of that, just not to ruin anyone's race, my own included. But no, feeling positive about that now, despite the 13th place finish. Let's see, how's our drive? Ooh, yeah. A tiny sliver of B rating is getting smaller and smaller. Should get 2 solid practice laps in here. something I need to check. About average. Be a little tighter on that corner even. Excuse me. I think this is a fairly solid lap so far. Let's see how we do here. Oh, I think that was a track limit. Let's see. I'm trying to go as tight as I can there. No warning yet. No wall touch. Nice. Do we have a new record? No! Oh, too eager, too eager. I don't think I had my record broken. I think I was close to it though. So much for not getting flustered tonight, lads, eh? Yeah, didn't like my entry there at all. Just need to take a moment, take a breath. All is calm, all is well. We're doing this one in third gear. There we go. Touch the curb. So I'm basically looking to place the sausage curb in between both sets of wheels here on each curb. So it's a little over that one. And that's what I want from the second one. Round 2. Fight! Okay, so same starting position again here at 11th. Let's bring this up a little bit. There we go. I was so concentrated on the race last time, I didn't really take note of any of the names, but I think this is a fairly fresh bunch of racers I'm up against here. I do like to pay attention to who I'm in a lobby with. Take stock of who I can trust and work with and who to watch out for. Right now, I am the one to watch out for. I am the unknown entity. Nah. I will try to race much cleaner this time. Just need to stay off people's tails going into those harsher braking zones, because it seems everyone tackles it differently. Even if we're a meter or two apart, it means I'm going into the back of them. Can't be doing that now. So we got Blicky behind us and Opa 60 right in front. And trailing behind that guy. A lot of all caps names in here. IWOB now in third. An instructional name in 13th with Panic. Rather not, but if you insist. Do not like starting the race there. Tighten that up a little bit, I think. Okay, top 8 finish here and I will be thrilled. That is a very tightly packed group of cars going into that sharp turn up ahead. There will be blood. Am I seeing something already? Might have been a netcode thing. Who knows? Should be able to just follow the racing line here, okay. There's the blood. Getting 2 positions out of that. Our prophet and savior, Luke Nadaro, comes through again. Do not engage a large group of cars. A bit more speed than him here. Don't want to make an enemy, so need to be a little delicate. Just hang behind him for a moment. These people behind us are tightening up now as well, because we're getting a little held up here. Which means we'll be engaging the group cars whether we want to or not. Surrounded on all sides, gentlemen. Cruise coast a little longer than I wanted to there, just angle of approach was wrong. Careful not to extend track limits, because that would ruin my race. Yeah, we're consuming a lot of time here to TV77 behind us. Ooh. Come on lads, be friends. Oh no, where did I go out? Well, that's undone all the good work. No point battling with someone when we have a penalty to serve, so let this guy take whatever line he wants. Ooh. Ooh, that was diabolical. Now we have Panic right behind us. Gonna pull over to the right here, serve my penalty. Cool, Gaz behind us. Okay, so we're back where we started, back in 11th. Let's see what we can do to recover. Was okay. Closing the gap on Panic a little bit here. We're a bit wide there, that's going to cost us. Huge amount of breathing space behind us, over 6 seconds. Means we're a little more free to race than we would otherwise be. Oh, Panic has gone very wide there. I'll take advantage of that now. Maybe we can get him on the straight here. Let's see. No, he had a much better exit. Slipstream is keeping us within touching distance, but he handled that a good bit better than me. That one too, he was definitely more over left than I was. Gave him a much better exit on the second turn there. Note to self. Got a 10th or 2 back there though. He's approaching quite wide there. I find you actually just lose time by doing that. As you can see. Let's get into 207s here. Oh no, not a good start at all. Way too wide, way too wide. Then had to heavily lift to correct. Okay, just need to focus now to make sure that mistake doesn't lead into any more. And hopefully make up for a bit here now at this turn. Trying something different there. Actually just sends me wider. Trying to trail into that corner to see what I can do to not drop my speed as much, but also be tight in that curve. I really haven't found the right balance there yet. But you know, we have time to experiment here. It's becoming less and less likely that we'll catch Panic, and we've got almost 7 seconds to the car behind us, so... all we have to do is not spin out or crash. Ooh, normally don't like going up to third there. I think Panic went wide there. And track limits level wide. Maybe not. Need to brake a tiny bit harder there, coast in a little sooner. Yeah, we got that gap down to 1.3 now. Again, trying something different there. I normally actually try the upshift a bit earlier as I'm going over the first sausage curb. Just curious to see what that would do there. I think it cost me a little. Not my worst race. Didn't feel like I had as much pace with that pack. I kind of guessed that might happen though, because I did notice that the general, even though I had the same starting time, the general kind of qualifying time was actually a lot higher in this group. Just need to make sure I avoid any of those silly track limits penalties, and hopefully I might even end up a place or two higher. But I think I'm running out of time already in B rank here. I'll be demoted within a race or two at this rate. But not to bother, not to worry. I mean, like, if it's not my pace, it's not my pace. Then just go a bit more back to the drawing board, prove pace and consistency, and come back stronger. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna thank Panic for a good race there. Enjoyed chasing after him. This message isn't so much for them, more for people in the next race. People outside of Ireland say pop in. Like, you pop in. Like, you go to someone's house or a shop, you pop into the shops, you pop into the house. Is that unique to Ireland? We'll find out. Pop into the chat. And smiley face. I'm hoping the message history will just give me that as an option to And I assume they will deduce from my username where I am. Had a few people in the chat last time. It was good fun. Give this a little higher again. How's the sound there? Oh, voltage. Need to be careful of that. Reminder to self, you need to start saving the replays. Chop it up for YouTube later. Super wide. Yeah, I'd assume that was a penalty. That's the exact kind of stuff I need to avoid. It's going better for a little while. Still is. Something I want to try here on the second part of this turn. I'm not going to try and turn back onto the track as immediately as I have before. Yeah, then I got greedy. I was just wondering if going out wider there would allow me to kind of clamp down on the throttle faster and exit out of the turn faster, but as you can see, it didn't go too well for me. That's what it's all about though, experimentation. I'm not getting that bug on me where I don't get put into a lobby now. Hasn't happened to me yet this week, but it has happened a few times. Just says matchmaking will start in, goes blank, nothing happens. Oh. We're in. Okay, up at 9th. I was hoping it would. Streaming live on YouTube. Alright, let's see what we can do with this higher starting position. All I'm aiming for today is to stay in B rank. Now, we're not off to a great start here, but if I start getting a few top 8s, maybe even a top 5 or 2. Sometimes all you need on the first lap is a bit of consistency and a bit of luck on the track ahead of you. Oh, we have a comment. Is that one from Vince? Thanks, dude. Thanks for saying hi. Really appreciate it. Or is it Vince H? Yeah, Vince. Vince H. Brain is not firing on all cylinders today. Hopefully my car fares better. It's going to be tight and messy. Yeah, I have lost that place there. And Soryu was giving me a bump. Sound, Soryu. Thank you. Let him take the inside. He's earned it. Oh, went as wide as I could there to try and avoid any contact. But you can only control so much. Penalty being served behind us has bought us some breathing room. Oh, track limit. Where'd that come from? Missed that memo. Boop. That was a bit zero-sum. Oh no! I was so tight on the back of Liv there, I couldn't see where I was on the track. It's very like Rory Alexander's library there, the Nesquik. just way too wide there. Should have shifted down further too, mind you. Yeah, second to serve here as well. We're going to fall well behind the pack. Oof, that stings. Not even 100% sure where the first penalty came from. It might have been this corner here, actually. There's a lot of action going on with the cars around me, so I may have had my eye on my radar a little more than the road in front. Now I just need to make sure that that mistake doesn't lead to more. Just keep my head in the game. Hopefully close the gap in front a little bit. Hopefully some of the battles in front as well will slow them down a tiny bit. Give me some opportunity to catch up. And we'll go from there. Is that a track limit, please? It'll be tight. I think we're okay. Oof. Got too aggro there, lost the rear, and had to come right off the throttle before I span out. Yeah, I'm starting to think I just don't have the pace for B. It's like, here I am in Paddy last, and the people even battling ahead of me are increasing the gap. J1 there calling people pigs. Obviously wasn't happy about what led to that incident. Okay, let's try to do a bit better here now. Little better, not great. We still have a lap and a half to go though. Tight pack ahead of us. Plenty of room for racing incidents. Potential for plenty of opportunities. And we have Dr. Damas serving a penalty in a moment. So we'll just stay right tight in him and see what happens. Oh, there goes Liv. This penalty is going to bring us about level. Now he might be feeling a bit desperate, so I'm just going to give him a bit of space. I don't want anything to run my race here now. That is definitely a track limits penalty for Damas. Has to be. Maybe not. I always thought if you went out there it was. Maybe not that late in the turn. Catch him in the straight here for lucky. No. On that corner similarly, just the slipstream was giving me a little bit of a advantage. Another penalty being served ahead, that might cause some chaos. Let's see what happens. Nope. Bit of an unusual glitch in my wheel there, it was like it went loose. Hasn't happened before. Jeez, a lot of penalties. Getting tight on those lads now. That's our old pal Soryu. How did we do? 10th. A lot of positions there at the end. That was nice. So started 9th, finished 10th. But given where we spent the majority of the race, that was a very positive ending. Let's see if our pal Vince H here, cheeky win with a 10-second gap. Nice one, man. Congrats. Who else? Somebody else here. Sorry, my screen is a little small, so I'm struggling to read some of the usernames. We've Mishi, good race. Ha ha ha. Yes, it was a good race. Really enjoyed that one. Thanks for leaving the comments, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm brand new to streaming. I've only been at it about a week. I think this is my 5th stream now. So having any kind of interaction with other people in the community, it's a huge boost. actually didn't check if that dropped us down into D rank yet or not. Oh, let's pause this. We got Vince H with a quick tip. Quick tip, I would go on the throttle a bit quicker and go a gear higher in most corners so that you don't immediately have to shift up right at the exit of the corner. Okay, so avoiding the upshift and just staying in a higher gear going in. So I think that would mean the corner ahead I might attempt in third, getting the throttle earlier. And then I might keep it in second for that tighter one. Thanks for that, Vince. I really appreciate it. I'm relatively new to Gran Turismo and sim racing as well. I've been at it about a year. And I've been on my current wheel setup for about 6 months. And about 3 months of that was just getting used to a load cell pedal. Yeah, also easier on traction, I'd imagine so, yeah. I don't find as much problem with traction on the Citroen. In GT3 though, massive. Like particularly I'm normally racing on the BMW M6. Oh, way too wide, way too wide. Anyway, let's practice this here. So we'll try third on this one. I'm just curious how I'm meant to get the rotation though to go over the curb that I need. Yeah. See, because I'm going in wide, my wheel is turned too much, and if I go on the throttle, I end up spinning out as well. But yeah, you're right. It's something I definitely need to work on. Less wheel spin. Yeah. So let's try this one in second then, Vince. See how we get on. Oh yeah, definitely don't need to shift out first there. Ooh, but got greedy on the throttle. Alright, let's retry this again. I like that though, I'll keep that one in second definitely. Need to still figure out what I'm doing about that first big turn. Ooh, what am I doing? Yeah, I need to be in third for that one. Exit of the chicane and 3 even. Interesting. So Vince, are you staying in 3 the entire time? Or are you going into it in 2 and then upshifting to 3? Full usage of the curbs, yeah. Turn 1 and third, yeah, yeah. Got him in a little bit tighter there, I think. Midway chicane and exit and turn, okay. Midway the chicane in second to exit and third. Okay. Well, I might try it in this race, so. What we got? Oh, we have another YouTuber, Electro Kuke. Thanks so much, Vince. Thanks for the free coaching. Really appreciate it. And especially thank you for the comments. It's a new channel. Any kind of user engagement I get like this is a huge boost. So really, really appreciate it, dude. And hope to see you again. And good luck with your last race. Starting in 10th. A few familiar names here. All past 60 ahead of us again. Let's open the Genesis. Really just don't know what I'm doing at that turn yet. I'm gonna have to put a little bit of time in, I think, in between my next race to sort that out. Try take some of Vince's advice aboard as well with this next one. I'll give it a shot here though. I'll keep it in second and then shift up to third. See what happens. So here we are in second. A little wider than I wanted. Up to third. No. Oh, okay. Maybe we shouldn't try new advice mid-race. Well, definitely worth practicing. Oh dear. Alright, let's see what we can get back. We'll stick to what we know for now. Alright, let's at least see if we can get one position back here. Okay, we're catching up nicely here. We're going down to second here this time. Tighten the curb, hard on the throttle. Nice. Closing this gap nicely now. So I'll keep this in second here at the first part, but I won't upshift to third as early. Had to slow that right down to avoid contact. We got some Lightning McQueen 95s on the back of Diesel there. Close to shave that. No idea how to pronounce that username. Oof, not sure what to do here. I need to back off a bit. Oh, on the outside. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I was a little worried I might get a track limit penalty for that. Also had to compromise my line a little bit there to take avoiding action. Going to first again here, see what sort of difference it makes for me. And then up to second, he's gone wide. And I think we'll have that. Nice. It has happened to me even this evening that I've gotten overexcited at that point of the race, doing an overtake and spun out. Sorry for crash, somebody says. Oh, I've gone a little wide. Fair play to the lad behind us. Could have very easily punted into the back of us there, but he didn't. Very wide again. Jeez, 10-second gap to the car ahead. Really having our own little race here at the back. He went a little off there behind us. Should give us a bit of breathing room, hopefully. Particularly if I get this next turn right. No excuses now, no traffic in front of me. Not great, but looks like we did it a little better. Yeah, we've gone 2 tenths up already. Focus now here for this one. Okay, that's pretty much what I want out of that one. That's pretty much what I want out of that one too. As you can see, we've doubled our gap there now. Gap is up over 2.5 seconds now. Snowball's chance in hell catching Dr. Damas ahead of us. Oh no! What was I doing? I went on the throttle there when I should have gone on the brake. Losing a bit of concentration right at the end. Good thing we built up that gap. Oof, definitely not my finest race of the evening. And we've got another message from Mishi. You're new to streaming, but you're doing great, so keep going. We'll watch you again. I have to sleep now. Good night. Thanks so much for the nice message. I really appreciate it. Give a shout out to that user that I don't know how to pronounce their name. Too many symbols in it, but they had every... they've left already. They had every chance to punt us at one point of that race, and they raced clean, so really appreciate that. They deserve their little boost in safety rating there. But unfortunately, I think that's probably me out of the B rank now. Still hanging on by a thread. So, do you know what? I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break now, just get some more water, and I'm actually just going to dive back into time trial, take some of the advice that I've gotten in the chat here, and see if I can improve my lap time or my consistency a bit. If not improve my overall record time, just see if I can get my consistent times down into the late 205s, early 206s. Just make myself a bit more kind of competitive now going into the second half of the evening. So with that, I'll just take a quick 5-minute break and I'll be right back to you. Okay, we are back. So, welcome to the second half of this stream. Got a few more races in tonight, hopefully, but not off to a great start. Wasn't sure what to expect going into the B lobbies for the first time, but the standard is higher. It's just a lot higher. Where I had been qualifying on pole consistently with the same record time, I am now at best qualifying in 9th, regularly down in the bottom 5. So having to race against a pack that is either matching me in pace or has more race pace than me has been not boding well for me. I think of the 4 races we've had there, we've had 2 at the back after self-imposed spin-outs. And even when the races are going a little smoother for me, the best I've hoped for so far is a 9th place finish. Now, at the very least, I need to be getting in the top 8 to just stay here, and let alone building myself a little bit of breathing space and not being floating down towards the bottom of this group. If you can take a look here, you can see my rating. There is a sliver. I would say there is only at most 2 last place finishes before I'm back in C rank. Now, it is what it is. If I drop down, it's just because I don't have the pace yet, and I'm fine with that. I can work more in the C rank, develop my consistency, develop my pace, work my way back up again, and hopefully next time be more ready for it. Now, the dream goal here is I do cling to this. I learn and improve while I'm here in the faster lobbies. Because I think one of my issues with C rank is I climbed up while I was mostly starting on pole position, so I didn't really have to develop much race IQ to get here. Whereas now I am battling for positions and feeling a lot more race pressure, and it's taking a toll. So what I'm going to do now is, I believe it is about 20 minutes until the next race starts. And I'm just going to hop back into time trial and see if I can improve my pace and consistency a bit. 17:30. Okay, what we'll do is we'll hop back into time trial for 10 minutes and then we'll jump into a lobby and do a few more qualifying times there. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to load in a ghost. It's been a while since I have set a time at one, but I think it might be worthwhile doing, and maybe even looking at the data logger to see where the biggest areas for improvement I have are. Ranking board. Let's find somebody else in the Citron. Okay. L. Burton. I believe I followed this ghost before a few days ago. Okay. Went a bit wider than I'm there. Went in a bit earlier than I'm there, which has compromised me here. Even for myself now, that's not a best effort. This is the main corner now. He's abusing the track limits, okay. Don't mind. They are what they are. It's open to everyone. It's fair game. Yeah, my line was quite similar there. He definitely had more exit speed. I'm guessing he upshifted earlier and went heavier on the throttle. Do you see the way he was sitting on that curve there where I haven't been? Not an insane difference, but a difference. Oh. Just let the rear slide down me a little too much there. It's probably a bit too heavy on the throttle. Okay, he goes in, turning into that corner a lot later than me. Oh, I think I got track limits there right at the end. Let's start this one again. So I think he was turning around there. Too wide there still. Yeah, no, I'm definitely in track limits for that now. Okay. Not too aggressive. Okay. In getting this final corner right, I'd really like to get better at, because it does actually seem like the most prime part of the track to overtake people. Especially for me, because my strongest part of this course, I believe, is the few turns that precede it. Shifted up to 5 quite early there. Need to get more over that first sausage curve. Have a better angle of approach than that second one. Yeah, again, he's right in that curve. At least 2-3 tenths in that, I'd say. Very similar line there, at least. It's just a bit too ambitious. Trying to keep up with them. Oh, new record lap time. Not by much, but yeah, too brave. All right, I'll swap over to the lobby now. Okay. So we've got 9.5 minutes to post another lap time or two. Let's follow that ghost again. Every position we start with here is important. An extra 10th right now could be the difference between finishing in the top 8 and not. It was too wide there. Feels good. Okay, solid start. Not too bad. I think I should have upshifted a little earlier. Okay, let's try to get right in the curb here. Okay, that was a much similar line. I don't think we were a whole lot faster though. Went in way too tight. It's cost. I reckon I was probably on for a best lap there if it wasn't for that. Those final 2 turns. Yeah, I slowed too much there. Didn't like that at all. Really struggling with the line on that one still. Up to second early. That's what we want. Yeah, look how much time that gave us back. Need to be a little sooner on the brake. Yeah, it cost me almost 3/10 there. Ooh, new fastest time. Nice. Thought I did that about the same, but the telemetry says otherwise. So close. All right, let's see if those improvements. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. It's funny though, even my older best time still would have had me starting in 7th, which is a huge improvement from where I have been starting. But you know, we're in with a much better chance of a top 8 here. Might be able to allow us to cling to this C rank for a little bit longer. Do we recognize anyone? Yoda, race you must. Okay, so the plan here is to not be too defensive. Try to engage as little as possible. Work with the people ahead of me instead of against them. And just try to avoid any incidents or penalties that will kind of set me back or potentially ruin my race. So we got Aaron ahead of us, Remy ahead of us, Sujman in first, and Yoda behind with Ninja Twins Gaming trailing him. Nice handling of those first few corners. This one is what will separate the men from the boys, though. Just still a bit too wide. It's easy when I'm following a ghost, but when I'm following people ahead of me that are also going wide, it doesn't go so well. Now we have to figure out what Yoda's probably going to do here. I imagine he's probably going to go for a move on the inside, so we just need to make sure we give him some space. Alright, we'll get out of his way. He's earned that spot ahead of us. Very nationalistic livery he's got going there. Need to make sure we don't crash into the side of him here. We're fairly neck and neck. Oh no! All I could see was his tail. Lost sight of the road for a moment. That could have gone way worse, but it didn't, thankfully. I wonder if Yoda's from England. I don't know what's giving me that impression. Okay, we're hanging on to him here. Ninja Twin Gaming, so right in our tail. Cool username actually, Ninja Twins Gaming. Sounds like a good gaming channel name. Okay, let's get tight this time. Come on now. There, that's what we want. Ooh, we're getting tightly packed. Only about half a second between the three of us. Now, I just want to avoid an incident here. That's all I'm aiming for. Break a little earlier. Ninja Twins Gaming through. Is there someone else there? There is. Okay, Ninja has a penalty to serve there. They've slipped a good bit further ahead, so we might not even catch them still. Top 8 finish is what we're hoping for here, lads. That's it. Nice and easy, does it? Oh, no! I'm so sorry. You recovered, you recovered. Feck. I'm so sorry, man. It's even trying to bump him around the right direction there for a moment. Oh, that's shit. Oh, I don't like being that guy. It was completely my fault. I'll be sending him a big apology post-race. Let's take avoiding action there. I'm gonna taste my own medicine here. No. That could have gone a lot worse. Some very serious contact from behind sending me around. Baskedan did good to pull out of that there. Could have very easily taken me out had he not backed out of it. Definitely seems to have a bit more pace than this Ghost guy. See if we can get him on the straight here. Probably going to get us back. Yeah, he's got a bit more exit speed. Is he working with us? Nice one, Ghost. I'll give you the inside. Nice. This will be tricky though. It's going to carry more speed than me now and has the better line. Be very careful to not slap into the side of him there. Which will cost me a tiny bit on the straight here. Here comes Dan. He's been pretty clean so far. Ooh, nearly lost the rear there again. It's an easy corner to get excitable at. Particularly when you see an overtaking opportunity, you slam on that throttle and you spin out. Oh, I'm sorry. There's Ninja. Rightly so, Ninja. Take that place back. Looked like Dan let him through there for some reason. Whoa, he's letting me through as well. Obviously not feeling very good about his race. That was a messy one. Seems like some excellent sportsmanship there from Dan. Dan's left the room. Where's Ninja? Ninja Twins Gaming. Where do I say sorry? Didn't even finish. Oh no, it did. No effect on driver on SR. Wonder why. Still in B. I'm sure that would be us drop down now. Okay, let's get this ghost open in front of us again. So reduce speed more, throttle earlier. Actually overtook the ghost for a split second there, which means that I went into the corner with a bit too much speed. track for a fairly good time here, actually. Ooh, nice. That'll make a bit of a difference now. Be a little earlier on the throttle there. Setting some pretty solid qualifying times here. Can convert this into race pace. I think I'll be okay. Easier said than done though. Okay, I'm still finding time. First time I ever got under 27 seconds in Sector 1 there. Okay, okay. Starting in fourth, we got our old pal Yoda, Opus 60. Winario, I remember him from the C rank matches earlier in the week. Got H from Steps back as well. Ghost back. I have to say, I don't know if I've ever found lap time this late in the week before, but this is probably the most I've ever played daily races in a week, and I kind of have the stream to thank for that actually. It's encouraged me to have longer and more frequent sessions than I normally would. Which is probably why I've actually seen the steepest level of improvement that I've ever had this week, which is nice. Still not sure if I belong here in the B lobbies, but you know, this has been interesting. I'm glad I've gotten a few races out of it at least. But, you know, given the fact that I was in D at one point this week, very pleased with where I am right now. Track limits penalty already. Again, following the ghost. That corner is no problem without it. But Unruly King catching us here. We'll give him the inside. He's got more pace. No point battling him here on the first lap. Let's just try keep up with him. Might get a place for free here anyway with the Riviera serving a penalty. Oh, I went over that way too sharp. Take that, that's yours. Done well you have. Didn't serve the penalty there. Interesting. It's one corner in particular I don't like going into with someone that close to me. It's very easy to get tempted by a low percentage move. Oh! Oh! Didn't see what happened there. We find ourselves back and forth. Potentially third if we can stay close enough to Yoda. Just have to keep a bit of a cool head now. Got our old pal Wayne Aereo up in fourth. I think he's crawled the ladder quite quickly. Right on the line of track limits there. That was lucky. Alright, come on, get this line right. That's what we need. Got to bet an extra 10th or 2 on Wayne area there. Means I should be free to approach this on the racing line without incident. See how we get on. Small lift there, felt the rear slide on me slightly, but we got away with it. Now Yoda's going to serve a penalty, but they've pulled almost 2 seconds ahead, so it shouldn't bear too much difference for us. I always tend to catch people here. Let's see how we do. Mario hot on our heels though. Ooh, an aerial's gone wide. What are we doing on that gap ahead? 1.2. 7 tenths to Manolo Jr. behind us. I have to be always careful about track limits on those corners. I sometimes get just that little bit too greedy with them. It's a very, very delicate balance. Still got Manolo Jr. very close behind us, which is funny because I thought I saw him go off. Must have been just wishful thinking or my imagination. Yoda goes wide, but I think we're about to lose a position here. We are. Let's give him some space. He's got the pace on us, we'll work with him. We've got a little bit of a gap between areas still, so we just need to make sure we make this next corner count. Oh! It's going to cost us dearly. Turned too much while braking there. Completely scrubbed the tires. I don't know what Wainario is going to go for here, but we'll just stick to the racing line and see what happens. Pray he doesn't get overeager. Fair play, but he is faster than us. We'll let him through. Okay, we have a huge gap to position 7, so that's nice. Our main goal for now, as I mentioned, just top 8 finishes. Top 5 would be really nice, but I'm very happy with top 8. Anything that's not costing me driver rating. A good corner by Wainario there. The slipstream is giving us an unfair advantage, I think. His line was much better and I'm fairly sure he was faster on the throttle. Okay, just want to avoid contact here, give him some room, brake a little earlier. Nice! Ooh. That was tense. So, first Group C race in the points. Or sorry, what am I saying? Group C? Group B. It would have been a shame now if I had gone down without one, at least one up there, if I'm being honest. But, you know, Proved I'm not too out of place in this lobby. Nice feeling. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going here. Get a few more points finishes tonight before we finish up. Really enjoyed that race. They spent most of it just getting overtaken by people, but... Let's check his profile. Not sure if I'm following him yet. I'm not. I'll give you a follow in Ariel. Have to remember to start saving more of the replays of those races. Comes in handy for chopping them up for YouTube later, which I've yet to actually dive into. Let's do a couple more with the ghosts here, because that seems to have turned things around for me somewhat. Mr. Burton. Contact there. Yeah. It was too wide. Wide as Brando's ass in the island of Dr. Moreau. We got a penalty for that too there, didn't we? Nope. There's no mystery to that corner. Just brake in a straight line for that little bit longer. Slow the car down more. Very close. Those 205s are feeling a little less like a fluke now. I know if I can stitch all of my best corners together, there's still probably a few tenths to be gained there. Bounce the car a bit too much there. Love that corner. Okay, how we doing? What's that? Fifth? Fifth. Nice, I will take that. We got Opa 60 again. Probably shared the most amount of races with that person today. And first we have Blanche. Yeah, the main question, can we string points finishes back to back? I got two Irish lads there. Brown Bear and, what was it, Geezer? Haven't seen many other Irish drivers tonight. Gribbo. Right ahead of me. Come on, Gribbo. I don't think I've ever raced with this many Irish lads in the same lobby. It's Red Bull livery. Bit wide. Oh, I hope I didn't get track limits there. We'll see. Scrub the tires. Managed to hold the position over Opa there, but he's right in our tail. We're still in Gribbo's slipstream though. We have to just hope Opa is sound about this and doesn't cause an incident for us. Nice one, Opa. Appreciate it, dude. You can take that position now, you've earned it. Fairly neck and neck though. Thought he had a bit more speed on me. This makes this corner a little tricky. Just need to make sure I give him enough room. Nice. Hopefully I can develop a little bit of a gap here. Oh no, too wide. Ooh, and a bump. No, that was an accident, but still a little annoying. Lost another position here. Got a bit of breathing space though to gin tech at least. Let those two battle it out. Ooh, Fabio! That was a little dirty, buddy. We'll get him, Opa. Okay, more than happy to work with Opa here to build up a bit of a gap, but we need to watch out for that Fabio lad. We need to use this third sector to build up a bit of a gap, or I will be in trouble. Favorite corner. Nice, got a 2-second gap now. I think somebody might have dropped out of the race though. Is it Brown Bear? Or Irish compatriots? Oh, Opa, penalty. Didn't see where that happened to you. He's far enough ahead. I think this will be more just put us level. I don't think he served it there by the looks of it. No. Must be next lap. He got it too close to the penalty line. Built up a nice solid buffer zone between ourselves and 8th place here, which is great. Just need to focus a bit, work with Opa, and we'll get another points finish. 2 more laps to go. Pace definitely has room for improvement, but don't want to push too hard either. As long as I maintain that gap, I'm happy. Just need to make sure I don't concede any silly penalties as well, because they could turn out to be race ruining at this point. Not too wide. Yeah, we conceded over half a second there to 8th place. Mr. Mushy. Oh, Opa, 1 second. Most likely going to pull ahead of him here. At least level. Need to be very careful here. Now, as much as I want to work with Opa, we are on the final lap here, so if there's a good opportunity I might find myself try to take it. That being said, aside from the penalties, they have raced with a good bit more pace than us, so not necessarily expecting it. Yeah, Mushy catching up on us quite quickly here. Oh, and another penalty. This does make it quite interesting. Down to, oh, we jumped up a position. Someone's left the room. Happy days. I'll take what I can get at this point. That penalty is going to put us right about level. And I'm a little bit faster in sector 3, but it's quite hard to get an overtake done there. The last thing I want to do is ruin Oprah's race either, so I'm going to be gentle. Oh, he got a penalty for that. I'm sure of it. Yeah. Well, let's just finish within 0.5 and then see if that's possible. Don't get a penalty ourselves. Did we do it? We did it. First top 5 finish. Nice. Good man, Gribbo. We both Irish lads. Brown Bear and Leeser. DNF. Did a nationalistic rivalry perchance? Me wonders. Me wonders indeed. I think that was one of my favourite races this week. Just don't forget to save the replay this time, you muppet. Race is still going. Opa. It was a great race, lads. Fabio calling Gribbo a dirty racer. Pot kettle black. I saw what you did to my boy Opa. We will save that replay. Curious to see what happened between them. We following Opa yet? We're not. Let's give him a quick follow. Gribbo too. Relatively new racer. Only 35 races and up in B. Fair play. I think I'm at 200 at this point. What am I at? $208. Some people have it natural. Wonder why my safety rating didn't go up there. I didn't think I had any incidents or penalties. Cribbo. At Fabio, thank you. I like it. Jeez, did I save that replay? I can hope I did. No, power back. Not used to that being bottom left yet. Yet to dive into it too much, actually. I only had a couple of tries of it, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'm just very all in and focused on sport mode right now. Don't know why they're showing me this explainer again. $42.44. Nice. We did save it. And we get a hat trick of points finishes. Let's see. Bet you I'll get some apart. Yeah. Don't think I've ever made use of one of those things. Recommended retail price 1.1 million. Yeah. Oh, it's for the Espas though. Okay. Just get a quick practice in here and dive straight back in. Don't have a whole lot more time left tonight. So I've got 2, maybe 3 races left in me before I have to log off. Too wide there. That's a penalty. Has to be. But you won't get to finish this lap. Too busy gambling on the old Gran Turismo roulette wheel. Here we go. Okay, fair bit further down again this time. I wonder if it's because I gotten a few more driver points into B rank, if it's grouping me against other players who are a little further in. Which means stronger competition might make a bit of sense. How are we doing though? Yeah, only about half a second in it between me and first though. Who do we have? Liviera. Winner of the last race, I believe. Don't recommend any of the other names. I've tended to concede a few positions every race from where I've started, so if I end up with the top 8 here, I'll be doing quite well. I think it's more of a damage mitigation race more than anything, but we'll see how we get on. Let's get our radar up. Shockwave 714 out in front. Okay. Easy target. It was a little slow. Didn't merit that, I thought. Anyway, no real harm done. Not yet. Okay. Feisty pack. knock each other's heads off. As happened there with Alex Turbo. We are 3 wide. This is spicy. Okay. Not much I could do about that now. I think the only thing I could have done there is just hit the brakes and let those lads have at it. I wasn't expecting to get pit maneuvered like that before the corner actually even started. Alright, just into damage mitigation now. We're not in last. 10 seconds to 13th. But if those lads are going to keep racing like that, I imagine this lobby won't stay full for long. Taking about a second out of that gap to 13th. See smoke up ahead. No yellow flag warning though. Bit wide there. I need to be pulling out some really good laps now if I have any hope of even catching back for one position here. Which I'm not doing. It's all that one mistake leading into more mistakes. Not getting rattled. Need to play it a bit cooler. Gap is down to almost 6 seconds. Under 5.5. We've enough time to catch him. Get about 2 seconds a lap, I think. Under 4. Under 3. Two and a half. Yeah, we might catch him yet. And he went wide there. Under 2. Still a lap and a half to go. Now, can we overtake him cleanly? That's the real question, because that is something I've been struggling with on this course. This sector 3 is what really seems to be catching us up with them, so we'll see how we do here as we approach the start finish line. Catching him, but that was definitely not my best attack of that corner so far. He's in the wall. And we're round. Simple as. Need to hold it now. Yeah, massive gap again now out to the next group of cars. There's a few of them in it together though, so if there's an incident it might give me an opportunity. Peggle had a small crash behind us there. Nicely done. Oy, oy, oy. I have to admit though, all things considered, I'm happy enough with that race. Like, got a bit of a bad beat there now. Went into a corner 3 wide. Maybe I should have just backed out, but I was not expecting to get pit maneuvered before the braking zone, but that is what happened. Instead of getting flustered, I actually felt that I put in a few relatively solid laps then, and it managed to close a 9-second gap on the person ahead of me and finish 5 seconds ahead of them. So every cloud, silver lining and all that. And it's definitely a replay I will save to review later though. See if there's anything I could have done to avoid that situation. We'll give a shout out to our friend Peggle here. If he's still in the chat, he's not. GT7 penalty joke. Yep, I hear ya. So that hasn't done any favors for our safety rating. Or sorry, our driver rating. Safety rating went up at least. Yeah, still hanging on by a margin. Let's see if we can boost it back up. This will be my last race tonight now. Getting a bit tired. It's after 11 here. Need to be up early to get the kids to school, so can't be pulling one of them all-nighters you youths are so mad about. Let's get a ghost back. Slow the car right down. And then hammer that throttle. Ah, too much, too much. Yeah, I know he is pulling a like line relatively similar there, but I've noticed when I've done it before, he has pulled away. Is he upshifting? Will we give that a shot? I'm sure I'm gonna dive into the replays. Ah well, this daily race will be done by the time I wake up tomorrow, so no point. I would be curious to know what he is doing different there. The replay would give his gears away at least. I'd rather spend these last few moments tonight actually driving. The line was a fair bit off there, but we're down on the throttle successfully enough at least. Ooh, that was atrocious. Might have time for one lap here, maybe. Probably not, actually. Right in the line. I don't. Unless I break a world record. He's using a good bit more curve than me, I noticed there. just getting tired. You know what? I'll give it one more shot anyway. Famously, my last race of the evening has never gone too well. Let's see if we can break that tradition. Kept it in third there. Shouldn't have gone to third there. That's all she wrote. Now, where are we? Okay. 6th. Top 8. How are we feeling? You know, my last race, on my last streaming session, TV decided to go into idle standby on my very, very last race. Big pop-up on the bottom and bottom right of the screen, blocking my gears and some of the info. Couldn't find this remote anywhere as I'm there looking around frantically, trying to guess how long it is before the TV actually turns off. So, unfortunately, last lap, it switches off and I have to switch to looking at my OBS stream here, which is a second off latency wise, and only was showing me about a frame rate of 15 frames a second, finishing the race there. Dropped 6 positions, not the way I wanted to end what was otherwise a very successful session, but this time we have the remote. Who do we have? Anyone we recognize? Fresh faces. People are strange when you're a stranger. VDM Sandu, Robinson 970 leading ahead of us, and Kuba and Baraki racing behind us. Be thrilled with the top 8 finish here now. Whoa! Got away from Rocky a tiny bit there, but he's still very hot in our tail. He does have slipstream, so yeah, look, he's catching up to us again now. What do you want? I'll give you the inside. Nope. We got some lads coming in a little over eager there. Get away, that's good. Okay, I can go on the inside of this corner at least without too much of a compromise. Let's park it on the apex, power out. want to stay ahead of them going into this corner because it's one of my stronger, and I don't want to get held up by someone. Oh, and we got places for free. Jeez, that was chaos. I wasn't sure if your man was still ghosted or not there as I went into the side of him. Ooh, I smell me an incident coming up. It's on the inside, give him some space. It's cost me 2 places though. No. Literally just completely sandwiched between them there. Nothing I could do. It's a very tight pack. Exciting. Racing clean is costing me a lot here, like move away from people who've overbroke. Appreciate that bump draft, whether it was purposeful or not there. Robinson 970 brought me back into it. Have to be so careful here. Hoping I can get it placed back at the start finish line here. Nope, lost the rear there. To lift fairly heavily to avoid a spin. Oh, wall contact there from King of York. Broke a bit earlier there, just to try and avoid an incident. Still, pack is quite tight, looking at the map. Oh, here's Robinson. Appreciate the bump draft earlier. No, lost the rear again. Just getting a little too overeager. Still 2 laps to go. Not out of it just yet. But we'd want to be taking corners better than that. Too wide. And scrub the tires at least. I think Rocky there dropped down a few places after some incident. Saw them reappearing from a ghost there. Yellow flag. What's happened? Oh, someone's gone off. Okay, need to be careful of the re-entry here. Up to 12th. I'm glad. Might have a few people feeling like the race has been robbed from them though. Getting ready to do some desperate moves, so I need to be careful of that now. He's fast. I'm fast here at least. Built a bit of breathing room then from 13th. Better. Also better. And hello Jay. Remember you from earlier. Oh no, that was horrible. And a penalty, oh my word. Ah, we have somebody tuned in. Can't see, my screen's too small, need to work on that. Alpacaster321 saying hello. Thanks for commenting, buddy. Line there. Focus, Clark, focus. Okay, let's park it on the apex, see what happens. Okay, that worked. Oh, but it was too greedy. Okay, built up a bit of a lead though. Might actually get away with that penalty. And we're good. 12th, okay. Given the incident we started with, that could have gone a lot worse, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully that hasn't dropped us down into C rank now. I'll have to check. Sorry, let's check this dude's username properly. So we have Alpaca Star. Alpaca Star 321. Thanks for saying hello. Not sure if I need glasses or a bigger screen. Definitely a replay worth saving. Thanks for the race. And Exit. I think before we finish up tonight, I just want to take a look at that incident. It was an interesting one. Like, I talked about the principles that I wanted to start this evening with, and one of them was to avoid racing incidents, and one of the most obvious ways to do that is to not go 3 wide into a corner, which I pretty much did as the meat in a 3-way car sandwich, so I don't know what I expected to happen. So in scenarios like that, am I just best off conceding a place? Because I found the other times in a race, when I was being careful, I was conceding places as well, so the end result is the same. It just feels like a bit of a lose-lose. Very interested to get some feedback from a better driver about what they'd do differently in the same scenario. So let's see, it wasn't here, it was on the next lap. Okay, let's take a look here. Yeah, 2 spots conceded. But yeah, like you got B-down Mansu kind of knocking into me right as we start that one. B-down Sandu. That's just not looking at the radar. That's him moving back into the racing line, not seeing that I'm there almost alongside him. Gives me a nudge, realizes I'm there, moves out again. At this point I've been a bit compromised because I'm recovering from that knock. Hit the brakes as hard as I can. Try to get out of Haxi's way. But then of course I end up going into VDM Sando because he has no room because of Manolo Jr. and I'm back into Haxi. Haxi rightly gives me a nudge. I come off the throttle to try and give him some space and I'm down 2 positions. Like, even if I had hit the brakes there, I would have been just in the middle of the other 2 drivers behind me. Like, if this is Daily Race C and I got this many drivers in front of me, I'll just pit. I'll pit and try to get a bit of an undercut happening, but in Daily Race B, really not sure what the best approach here is. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to have to call it quits there. You've been watching Puka GT. My name's Clark. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you all to my nice commenters this evening. Really is a pleasure chatting with you, and it's nice to see the channel getting some notice. So thanks again, and I'll catch you soon. Looking forward to the new